Hi everyone, I'm Shandra.
And I am Bryan.
And together we are Salami and Vino.
And today we have a special guest. We have the one and only, the one, Junior Julio Cesar Santillan Gonzalez, aka my little brother.
What's up, guys?
So my little brother is a 20-year-old university student currently studying at San Jose State University in Silicon Valley. He also studied a little bit in San Jose City College. He went through the university of taking online classes in the I can't speak. In the pandemic, and he also is going through a lot of stuff that I'm sure a lot of college students can relate to. Yep. Mm-hmm. Anything you want to say?
I don't have much else to say. I don't think I'm all that impressive the way that he makes me sound, but yeah, I'm 20. I go to university. I go to college. I've done it all. I've done dual enrolling, going to two schools at the same time to get ahead, trying to do sports, learning different things, learning languages, playing games with friends. It's just, I like to try things. It's a fun process.
Yep. And I'm just gonna open up my Fresca. Listen to this. Ooh. Yeah.
And I'm gonna open up my Propel.
And my coffee's already open.
Okay, so I prepared a little game for my little brother. It's gonna be a lightning round of questions. We call it Junior's Lightning Round. Very original. So basically, it's just gonna be, would you prefer A or B? And he would just answer, like, so let's say A, and we're gonna continue until we're out of questions. So I've got a list right here, and we're gonna start with the first one. Junior,
Yes.
dog or cat?
Dog.
SJSU or SJC?
SJSU.
League of Legends or Minecraft?
League of Legends.
My Hero Academia or Demon Slayer?
My Hero Academia.
Bonchon or Wingstop?
Bonchon.
Jake Paul or KSI?
KSI.
And lastly, TikTok or Instagram?
Oh. Instagram?
Okay.
Wait, if dog, what kind of dog?
That's hard to say. There's a lot of cute dogs. There's like a Shiba Inu. There's like a pug. There's the Yorkshires.
If there's one thing you want your brother to have to visit you once in a while, what is it?
I don't know. Probably a Labradoodle. It would make him look cute.
Labradoodle it is!
No. Oh, we're getting a corgi. Or pug.
Corgi.
And why League of Legends over Minecraft?
Minecraft is kind of boring by yourself. League of Legends, I have aspirations to, go a little bit higher. There's not really aspirations for me in Minecraft.
Why Bonchon?
The Bonchon chicken's just kind of better. And it doesn't make me feel groggy afterwards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bonchon's only like a Bay Area thing, right?
No, it's international.
Yeah,
International.
it's all around. It's all around.
Really?
Yeah.
They have some in Korea, I think, and the Philippines. I remember having it in the Philippines.
Yep.
Why My Hero and not Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer is pretty good. The world just kind of revolves around Tanjiro and like his sister and everything, and just following the demons. You don't get much of a view of the whole world that they created. But in My Hero, you get to see the world that they created through the other heroes, through Deku, and all their other quirks. You see the whole thing they are trying to illustrate to you.
I agree. There's a better world in My Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the heroes, but something about Demon Slayer's visuals is very entertaining. So I guess we should just go straight into the first topic, which is being a college student during the pandemic.
Yeah.
When you were... No, let's talk about before the pandemic hit. How was college life in general?
College life? Okay. Well, it's kind of like what everyone or what everyone has told you. Because sometimes you have people come from colleges and universities that have graduated from your high school. They come in and to give you a talk, and they're like, I have some pieces of advice, and this is how college life is and will be, but try to make the most of it as you can. And their pieces of advice is friends will gradually and just naturally drift away. And it's pretty hard to make friends in college. Like they said, to put yourself out there, try to join as many clubs or sports teams or whatever you can do. Get yourself out there, talk to some people, because it's hard to make a legitimate friend. Maybe you'll make some acquaintances here and there, but legitimate friends is hard to make.
I think it's easier to make a study group than it is to actually make a long-lasting bond of
Yeah,
friends.
I can agree
That's
with
how I
that.
feel.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in the adult world. Like you have a lot of coworkers who you can hang out with after work, but after you leave the job, you usually don't hang out as much.
Yeah.
So I would imagine it's the same thing in college.
It pretty much is. There's a. They also give that advice like, make sure to study up, make sure you know what you're doing, plan ahead for college and everything. It's okay if you don't get it, like you don't know what major you want to do or anything in the first try, and that's me. I don't know what major I want. I have an idea based on what everyone has told me, since I like doing sports and I like learning about the human body.
And I believe currently SJSU is very impacted, right?
It's pretty impacted, yeah.
Yeah. So it's very hard to even get into your major, let alone just like try to survive in an undeclared major.
Yeah, I went in undeclared because I was afraid of not being accepted, and also I didn't know what I wanted to get into yet. Like I saw it and I researched, but there's too many options and I just couldn't pick one. And eventually, when the time came, I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go in undeclared and go from there, see what I like. And I did some classes, and I did like the kinesiology route. It's what people have told me, health and like sports related and everything. And still, the specialization or concentration in kinesiology, I'm a little bit iffy on which one I want to go on, but it's tending towards the rehabilitation sciences. So like pre-PT.
And this is going to be like one of those moments of what, like, where were you during 9/11? Where were you during the pandemic? Like when it first hit the news?
Okay. So I have I have a bit of a cloudy memory on this, but I do remember this was the moment in time in my life when it's hard for you to get back into sports and stuff. Since in high school, I did track for 4 years and I created great and wonderful bonds with people. The experience and the memories that I've gained were like, they touch the heart, and it's going to stick with me for a good while. And I, as an athlete, I did pretty well. I wouldn't want to boast about it, but I did well. I got medals and I went pretty far. And my aspirations, again, as like a competitive person, a person that wants to work hard, I overdo it sometimes. Sometimes, even if I'm injured, I don't know rest. I want to go at it because I feel like I'm missing precious time. But yeah, it was a time when I was trying to get back into sports and trying to get into college sports. So SJSU's like college team and everything is a bit difficult to get in contact with and all. And my times in comparison, they're about like what they're looking for, but they're a little bit harsher.
So after the pandemic hit, like it definitely changed your life. So my question is like, how was school different after the pandemic hit?
Everything turned online. When the pandemic was first starting, I was above 24 plus units.
Eesh.
This is when I was doing the dual enrolling
Yeah.
because I wanted to do sports, and I still wanted to keep.
And you were going through like a breakup too at the time.
I was
right?
going through a breakup. It was pretty tough on me.
Mm-hmm.
Going to practice, taking buses, staying late up to do work, going through a breakup.
Going to SJC too at the same time.
Going to both schools. So when the pandemic hit, it was a relief for me, honestly, because it gave me a bit of the break that I needed from like education and everything. It was a good, like, just
Redo.
lay back. Yeah, it was a good redo. I got to stay at home and not worry about school as much. it wasn't as intense. I didn't have to travel as much anywhere. It was easier on me.
And did you stay in touch with like any of your friends like after the pandemic hit? Like I'm sure you could still talk to each other online, but did you talk to each other like outside of class, maybe like in video games or something?
Well, some friends yes, some friends no. At first, when it first hit, some people were still hanging out outside. I remember that. I think I like occasionally came outside to hang out with people, but I was pretty superstitious about it and being told to wear gloves and everything to not let anything stick to me. But afterwards, when it became a norm to like stay at home and shelter in place, I I didn't really get to talk as much to many friends. Like everyone just kind of had to figure things out at that time. And once everything has been a little bit figured out, like how to guide yourself through this like pandemic and the new lifestyle and everything, it wasn't great. Like everyone's like, oh, doing school at home and the atmosphere as studying is kind of bad, and online school is it sucks. But then it was a break for me. But staying in connections with friends, it was a bit better, and most people are more comfortable online than in person.
What? So you were put in like a lockdown and you weren't able to go outside at all. Like, how did you deal with that? Because I know, like, what you're an outside person. You love going outside a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I do like going outside, but I also like my alone time. Like I like going
Like,
outside with people.
like talk about like what you missed.
What I
About-
miss going
yeah.
outside? Okay, what I miss about going outside is going out to eat at like great places to eat, like some new recommendations that I've gained from friends, learning about my university because I barely learned about
Working
it,
out.
working out because I still wanted to stay fit, not chunky.
Yeah.
Staying home makes you chunky a little bit.
They call it COVID-19 pounds for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, they do. It hits hard.
Everything else? Like, how was lockdowns?
I probably also like I miss going to in-person classes after a while, and spontaneous moments of just like oh wow, like this happened, or I don't know if that makes sense, but just things pop up. It was great.
The pandemic is kind of like slowing down, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I think SJSU is opening up in the fall. What are you looking forward to?
In-person classes and studying in the library.
Is that it?
Probably going to the gym too. And I'm a little bit nervous about this, but I am an officer for one of the clubs. It was a thing that happened over online as this pandemic hit. I joined a club and, getting to know my fellow Spartans.
It must have been difficult trying to hold a club during like this pandemic too.
I mean, there's other club officers, but the whole premise of the club is playing video games, so it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, because other clubs are like culture based or religion or some sort of
Yep.
frat party, not frat party, but like a frat house or fraternity or paternity or whatever it's called. But
Yep.
for you, it was just like video games, so it was very seamless to just do it all online.
Yeah, it felt more natural, honestly, because before the pandemic hit, it was you meet in person, and there's a bunch of gamers that wouldn't really talk, or sometimes some of them would get hyped up, but you're all like next to each other in elbows in one like classroom where we like held the meetings, and we just played games.
Kind of like how we are right now. We're just all close and bunched up together.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Wait, were you? Excuse you. Were you able to join tournaments during the pandemic?
That's our. If you hear a noise, that's on our end.
Tournaments? Well,
Because that's what your club is for, right? Joining gaming tournaments or no?
so our club, there's like two distinctions. There is the casual for fun club where you just get to meet people and play games for fun, like Mario Kart or Terraria, Minecraft, like whatever game. maybe even Phasmophobia if you want to scare. Or then there's the SJSU Esports, where they get club funding, like sport funding, and that's where they have the more competitive side of like the teams and everything. And they go to tournaments. Like they're pretty good. I mean, our Valorant team, they won it. They got first and everything. I don't know what the tournament's called or anything, but they won it.
Okay.
So they did well.
So you guys basically participate in tournaments.
Yeah, it's a sister club thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Wait, so you're not in the tournament club? You're in the
Yeah, I'm in the
socializing-
casual club.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, our casual club technically still has like left behind roots of the competitive play and making teams, and I have one of the. I was part of that like small group of the competitiveness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we move on to your topic, I just want to say, if you look at the YouTube video currently, we're in a new location.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even mention it. We are currently at my mom's place in San Jose, the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, prime Silicon Valley. And we don't get much good lighting in here, so we had to just do with what we got.
Bear with the yellow.
Bear with the yellow. There's a
It's
lot
in
of yellow.
style.
It's a style. So it's a lot of yellow if you look, or if you're watching this on YouTube. It is a bit messy because it's my mom's place. There's a lot of people who go in and out of this place. Not just just not our family, but other families too. So just be understandable, I guess. So I believe you brought us a topic for today's podcast.
Okay. Yes. Now let me brief you in on these topics that I brought.
Yeah,
over.
we don't know at all. Like I briefed you through like.
You're going to ask us questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you guys questions like everything.
He didn't
I'm
brief.
scared.
He didn't brief us on what questions he's gonna
Okay.
ask, but we did brief him on what we're gonna ask. So it's only fair that he, gives us some questions too.
This is gonna be interesting.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me brief you guys in real quick.
Yeah.
Because the placing of where the topics where I come in, I'm in between two topics.
Yeah. Both horrible.
Yeah, both weird and
Very sad.
very sad. It's hard for me to think of what kind of topic should I talk about? Like, oh, maybe I should talk about a unicorn or whatever, but I didn't know. So I've gotten a little bit of inspirations and help and recommendations from friends. I asked them what are good conversational topics.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. These aren't me. These are my friends. So you get a little taste on how some of my friends are. All right.
Okay.
Okay. For both of you,
Yeah.
how do you guys pick up boys or girls from a bar?
Oh, like you want pickup lines?
However you guys would approach it.
Okay, if we're literally picking up, well, I just go and hug them and pick them up.
Okay.
But if you mean like pickup lines, hey, what you doing? Want to play some Call of Duty? Oh, you don't want to? Well, I got anime. You want to
That's so bad.
anime and chill?
Honestly, Junior, I'm the sober friend.
What?
So I'm either the sober friend or the friend that goes to a party and pets the dog.
Okay, that's
So if you want to
pretty
talk to me, look for a dog
Yeah.
and bring it to me. And
Okay.
we'll talk.
Okay. All right. Now,
Yeah.
this one, another one.
Okay.
Next friend. What do you enjoy doing? I don't know, but that's the one.
Like hobbies?
I guess you can say hobbies, yeah.
Basketball, anime, video games, cooking a bit, working out.
Okay.
Yeah, I sing, I act, I powerlift.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive. All right. Now, next friend, it's a little bit dark.
Oh, okay.
Your thoughts on the inevitability of death.
I'm not scared of death. I'm scared of not being able to complete what I put myself to do. I have goals, and if I'm not able to complete those goals before I die, that's what scares me. It's not the dying part.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm scared of dying without reaching what I wanted to reach.
Doing the things you want to do and
Yeah.
feeling accomplished of, I've done it all, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, if I get stabbed, so be it. I'll just stab him back and we die together. But if I didn't complete my goals, that's what scares me. I'm like, oh, I got stabbed. I forgot to return a book for Junior.
Yeah, it's like living for nothing,
Yeah.
I see.
if that makes sense.
Okay, next one. And this is for you
you're
guys that
smart.
watch TV.
Okay.
And I'll change it a little bit so it makes a bit more sense.
Okay.
What are some TV shows or anime that you have learned, like some advice that they've given you and that you've related to or took into heart?
I watched GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka, and one of his quotes is, "Don't run away from the problems that you're facing with, because real people, not imaginary people, but real people, face those problems head on."
Yeah, that's a good one.
For me, I learned nothing.
Wow!
Not
But
even
seriously, I've always known that TV was fake, so I take it lightheartedly and I don't take it seriously.
TV or anime, because there are little bits and truths of things
I
like
don't
your
know.
determination, motivation.
How about
completing things.
YouTube?
YouTube,
Yeah.
how to do my taxes 101.
Oh, okay.
That's
we'll
it.
take that.
I don't know.
I mean, you know, Deku, you've seen Boku no Hero.
Yeah, but it's like, I guess I outgrown my awkwardness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, him reaching his dreams and doing what he has to do, But, you can take what you will.
Any more?
Yes, there is more.
Wow.
Best anime thoughts.
Ooh. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Just anime thoughts, like show.
Best anime.
Yeah, what's your best anime? What do you
I
think?
don't know.
All time, I would say Yu Yu Hakusho. Currently, what's the Recovery Hero one?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
For those hentai watchers, I got you.
Oh, God.
Nasty.
It's not really that, but it's close to it.
I don't know. I guess the classic Pokemon.
Pokemon,
It got
okay.
me. It got me into anime.
Classic.
Just
it's
the first
pretty
one, right?
good.
The first season.
No, the first 4.
Oh dang.
I watched until Brock left.
Dang.
Then after that, I'm like, okay, everyone's gone. I don't care
Asian,
anymore.
the one only looking Asian character leaves.
He was a funny one.
Yeah.
This one, I don't know how to approach, but he just said probability.
Take everything to chance. I don't know. Take all chances in life.
1 in 1 million.
Okay, and now your love languages.
Ooh.
Oh,
we actually took the test.
Uh-huh.
We were kind of compatible.
Yeah, I think.
Physical touch was higher than
For
the
you.
rest. Yeah.
And then for me, it was like it was a toss up between 2
Words of affirmation.
Oh,
and
wow.
another one. What was it?
Time. What do you call it? Acts of kindness too.
Acts of kindness.
Quality time.
Quality time.
Actually, I think everything was almost always equal.
Except for one, it was like gifts.
Yeah, the gifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's yours, Junior?
Okay, mine.
Say it.
We
Quiet.
bleed it out.
I am a quality time person. I like quality time. Either learning how to cook, just laying down and doing nothing, sleeping, napping, playing a game with them, board game, watching shows, movies. It doesn't matter as long as it's quality time.
Virtual or physical? Just kidding.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going back. Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so now we're going back to our regular scheduled topics. I'm glad you brought those questions because we needed some lightheartedness.
Okay, yeah.
I need to watch more anime, actually. I don't watch enough.
Okay, so this is gonna get serious. So our parents are currently going through a divorce. They've been separated. Well, on paper, our dad put 2013, but realistically, it was like in 2015. So it's not until now that my dad filed for divorce, and they're finalizing the divorce. I believe this month too, in June. So, are you afraid of the divorce at all?
I'm not afraid of the divorce,
I'm not afraid.
but not the time. I'm not afraid of the divorce because they have been separated for a good while. It's just more of the emotions and the thoughts all resurfacing back, and how each of them will take it, and if this will impact how they interact with us.
I don't think it'll impact how they interact with us, but it definitely brings back like a lot of bad memories
Yeah.
in their marriage. So it just all comes up all of a sudden, even if
Yeah.
they've been separated for 6 years.
Resurfaces.
It just all resurfaces, and all the emotions and pain and suffering and all the damage that was done, it all just comes back.
The candle was relit, yeah.
But
In all essence.
I'm assuming it's gonna go away once the divorce has been finalized. Because
Yeah.
honestly, they are better off without each other.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You want to have any input in that?
Now, I noticed that your mom is kind of more like chill, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just more mellow, even though like we don't really have a conversation. Because just so you guys know, I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
These two are my translators.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I noticed like she worries less, and I guess she relies on you some more a bit, Brian. But I guess that like tightens her bond a bit.
Yeah.
Because you technically kind of raised Jenny and Junior.
Nice. You heard that? I raised you. How does it feel to
Meh.
have Big Papa Brian raise you?
Let me tell you a story about Brian because he wants to go on a spiel about this, and I'm getting a little bit like, snappy. So, when I was younger, I was barely learning the concept of money.
Oh, when you sold my video games?
That's right. I sold his video games because I learned.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
You sold all my Nintendo 64 games, and how much money did you get back?
And how old was I?
How old were you?
I was barely learning the concept of money. I was
were
like
like-
4 or 5.
No. You were like 6.
I was not 6.
Yeah, you were like 6.
It was before I was even in kindergarten.
Well, it was definitely at 2004 is when we moved in. It was like a year later. So 2005, how old were you?
4.
Yeah. At 4 years old, he went to the neighborhood kids, sold my...
Not the neighborhood kids. Our neighbors.
Oh, wow. Okay, that makes it better. So you sold all of my Nintendo 64 games for how much?
A single dollar.
Okay, well, that's why, like...
She didn't even let me brief you guys in on this. But yeah, it was... I was learning the concept of money, and I knew that you need money in order to get things you want. And because he lost all those Nintendo 64 games and is upset, rightfully so, my brother was really nice to me when I was younger. And then he came out with strong words to me afterwards and said, I'm never going to be nice to you ever again until you buy me and get me all those Nintendo 64 games back. I still haven't gotten them. I'm missing Spider-Man, I believe, and maybe one more.
It's okay. I think I lent them, or I just gave them to Alex,
Yeah, I remember.
our cousin. And I think you were okay with it, too. I asked you.
Some. I was okay with some.
It doesn't matter. We don't play
Yeah.
them.
Do you know what's funny? Every single time he gets mad, he mentions it. He's
Does
like,
he?
oh, you don't know how mad I can get. Just wait till Junior tells you when. The story of when he sold all my toys.
I know.
Or all my games.
All right.
I'm like,
remember
okay.
this.
All right. You guys, okay, calm down. Okay, so let's just move on. So this is for everyone here. What are your thoughts on my dad?
Oh,
like-
everyone?
Yeah, just like your general thoughts about my dad and this divorce.
Junior first, I guess.
Okay. My dad, he's a kind guy. He jokes around a lot. He's fun to be around. It feels comfortable with him. This is as of right now. When I was younger, I was a bit afraid of him because every time he would get angry, scary.
Didn't he cut your ear with scissors?
No, he didn't cut my ear with scissors. He had hurt me a lot, for
Yeah.
sure.
I stabbed you in your... Never mind. It's keep going.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, never mind. Keep going.
Stabbed
Okay.
him in the ear?
Oh, no. So my dad was giving him a carrot cut, and he was doing it around the ear. And all of a sudden, he turned, and he accidentally cut his ear.
Oh. Yeah, that does sound familiar.
And he had like a cut on his ear. But it
It
healed up.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't look that bad.
I don't even... You can see it?
No, I mean, like, I see both of your ears, and
Oh,
they're
okay,
fine. I don't see
okay.
a scar.
Okay, yeah.
So self-conscious. And then there was a time like we were at the bathtub, together, and then I had like a long toenail, and I accidentally like kicked you, and it went like into your chest, and it like stabbed you.
Oh. Yeah, I do kind of remember that. You don't cut your nails back then. They were sharp.
I mean, they're still kind of sharp, but at least I cut him now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, my dad.
Your dad.
My dad. Funny, scary when I was young, funny, but comfortable. But as of now, when I grew up, it's kind of hard to talk to him about like certain topics,
Yeah.
like serious topics. It's hard to be in a serious conversation.
I
with
noticed it. Do you know why?
him.
He avoids it.
He avoids serious conversations because he doesn't want that like atmosphere. Because then he could start to get emotionally involved in when we have the conversation and just be upset, and it might just end up being a bad time.
So my dad is like a clown at the finest. Like he'll do anything to get a laugh, whether it hurts someone or makes someone laugh, or whether they're in on it or not. But I think what's bad about his character is he lies a lot. He would tell you in your face that it's someone's telling a lie when he's the one who's lying, and I think that's bad characteristics for a father to have, especially when he has children that believes in him so much. But other than that, he was a loving and caring father. I just think he had good intentions, but he never solved his lying problem.
I don't know about the lying problem. I'm probably indifferent on it because when you bring up lying, I can only think of him making like small lies, like I don't have money when I was younger. Whenever I'd ask him for money to like buy ice cream, but I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think there's anything major like of a lie that I can think of right now.
Well, I mean, it's just the fact that you can't trust his word until he shows you proof. And I don't think that's like how father should raise you.
I guess so. I can kind of see that.
For me?
Yeah. Because you met him, right?
Yeah, I met
a few times.
Yeah. So we had Jen together also before that. We were giving Junior driving tests. Or not driving tests, but we were giving Junior driving lessons. I think he's a fun guy, just like what you guys say. And I see that fun side in him. And to be honest, he's the type of, like the parent of your like girlfriend and boyfriend that's more fun and that opens you up.
Yeah.
I guess I feel more open to your dad than your mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, like, he speaks English.
Yeah.
Thank God. Anyways, but I noticed that whenever you, Jenny, or Junior bring something up, like divorce papers, that he does avoid it.
Yeah.
He goes like, oh, let's go take a left. Or, oh, let's pay Comcast or something.
Yeah.
And he brings up like a joke out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's a fun guy, a big kid, a kid at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, in terms of my mom, what are your thoughts on her too?
Okay, so it balanced out back when I was younger. Dad was scary, mom was caring and picking up where I was broken and shattered. But when I grew up, she can tend to be a bit aggressive,
Very emotional.
very emotional, and does a lot of things on impulse.
Yeah. Like, it's good and bad that she's very emotional and impulsive, but sometimes it
tends to be too much.
yeah, it tends to be too much for a person to handle.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a Mexican or like any Latina, you definitely know those mothers exist.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if they get emotional, they bring out some weird cuss words that you never heard in your entire life.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But finalizing thoughts now that I'm growing up. I mean, yeah, she tends to be much, but she is the only one in this house, and she's learning the adult world alongside with many of us as of right now, since my dad used to be the one holding the fort back then, but since he's not around as much, she's learning all that, the job, the bills and everything, even caring for us. And yeah, it's hard for her, and I can tend to feel compassion for that.
So a little thing you need to know, Jer, is back then when my dad was running out of money, he was also like cheating on our mom.
Yeah.
He wasn't paying for the house at all.
I didn't know that.
And my mom actually had to like find out through the bank and through his checkbooks just to see if he's even paying for it. And she ended up paying with all her savings what he owed. It's kind of like the Comcast thing. Like sometimes he just lets things go, doesn't pay it till later,
which is
irresponsible.
Yeah, a bit of a problem.
So I would say my mom is snoopy or snooty, but at the end of the day, like she's very responsible in things she knows. If she doesn't know them, she has like
she overworries.
She overworries, but at least she asks like multiple people about their opinions before she makes a decision.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a good skill to have.
Yeah.
In anything that you do.
Everything
like she doesn't even know English, and she just asks everyone that she knows their opinions before she makes a decision, which is a good thing because in the end, like she's the one who's like bettering her life.
Yep, she's making it through here.
Yeah. And then the bad part is like she gets very emotional and sometimes like yells. Yeah. She gets into like octaves that are higher than Chandra's, and I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna listen to loud radio over here.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay. It's funny because the first time I met your mom, it was awkward. Yeah. At first, I was scared of her because here's the story. There's one time I brought Bryan home.
Yeah.
I drove him home, and it was 9 p.m. I was sleepy. I just got out from work, I think.
Oh, you overslept here.
Yeah, I overslept here.
Yeah.
And the thing is...
I think Junior remembers, too.
Yeah.
Think so.
Yeah. And yeah, first I think I was at the couch.
Yeah.
Then I eventually slept at your bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear your mom come home from Tesla. I think she was kind of early too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt embarrassed and I was scared of her because she was shouting at you guys.
Oh yeah, we were trying to hide you.
Yeah, she was shouting at you guys, and I'm like, oh, she thinks we're f***ing in her house. She's angry that we're f***ing in her house, and she was speaking in Spanish. It turns out she was angry because like a girl was in here, or friends were in here.
And I didn't clean the house.
Yeah, he didn't clean the house.
Yeah.
But in my head, I thought she was like, why the f*** did you bring this bitch into my house and f*** in your room?
And Gio was like, huh, that happened.
Yeah, I was just there watching the whole time.
And Gio's like, I was like trying to talk to Gio, like, is there any way I could get out of this? He's like, I mean, you could try, but I don't think so.
Let me give you a little rundown here real quick. So I tend to be in the living room a lot of the time, and whenever my mom comes home, like at 11, generally, but she did come earlier this time, she stays at the living room for the longest time. She's either on the kitchen table or she's on the sofa for hours upon hours on end. Sometimes she even sleeps in the living room because she's like tired. And my brother comes and asks me, do you think that we can sneak her by in some sort of way? And I said, nope. There's no way. I thought about every little moment that they can try, but it's not possible. Maybe if she goes to the bathroom. And my mom, soon as she got home, she'll remember how the curtains are set up in a certain way. And if it's
even the shoes on the floor.
Even the shoes on the floor. The walls are
or even a certain smell of some woman that doesn't live here.
A different shade on the wall.
A different color and pigmentation of the floor.
Yeah, too much light or whatever. But she'll notice that. And I knew my mom was feeling a little bit off. And the whole time, my brother was just like, what do I do? She's not leaving. Why should she go in her room? I thought this would be easy. And he's freaking out, constantly telling me. I'm like, dude, I think you just have to tell her. I'm pretty sure she knows. She's acting a little bit weird. And then I'm looking around. I still didn't notice her shoes were in the kitchen. But my mom, she knew already. She told me. And she's like, there's someone in Bryan's room. And I'm trying to cover for him, I don't know. And then when my brother comes down, I'm like, dude, just tell her. She probably knows. And then he's like, I guess I have to. And then he does, and then Chandra awkwardly tries to leave the house, I think.
Yeah.
And then I tell her like, oh, so I have a girl staying over, like she's gonna go leave right now, and she's like, why didn't you clean the house? It's so dirty.
Just so you know, we didn't fuck.
I'm sure that's on your mind.
Do you know what's awkward too? I think like I was trying to hide behind the blankets, like underneath the blankets, and all of a sudden I knew it was safe to come out, and your mom wasn't that angry when Junior knocked on the door, and he was like, hello? And I'm like, oh, hi.
Well, I guess this leads us to the next transition, which is what makes a happy relationship.
Do I start this?
I mean, I guess. I mean, just in general, like for like our parents, what would have made them happy?
Probably communication. I think communication is 100% of the time key in a relationship, because you need to express how you feel, your uncertainties, your insecurities about little things like your wants or your don't wants. You guys need to know the ins and outs of each other and to know if you're compatible with each other or not. So communication is key, because again, there's love languages that we just talked about. Some people like quality time more, like to go on a date. Some people want to hear like I'm appreciated. Some people want to see like an appreciative like thing where they do the dishes and everything for them, and they're like, wow, like I was stressed this whole day and they did the work for me, because they noticed that. Like, it depends on the love language, and you guys just have to communicate it through. So communication.
You know what I noticed, if you guys would allow me to say this?
Yeah.
I noticed your mom likes flowers, like likes receiving flowers.
plants.
Yeah.
And she also likes buying things to make her home feel like a home.
Yeah.
And your dad tends to be on the cheaper side.
Yeah.
Like I noticed that conflict.
I mean, my mom.
Somewhat, no.
My mom. No. You're right. It's just.
Like, she's not materialistic, but she's a provider
Yeah.
to you guys.
Oh.
And to
She tends to.
home.
She tends to have a hard time to let things go. Like a
Yeah.
lot of things. Which is
She still holds grudges
yes.
to this day. She
Yes.
still remembers the one bitch in her work, like from 20 years ago. She's like, that one bitch never gave me a ride to work, and I had to freaking ride the bus every day. It's like, okay, I guess you still hold that grudge.
I didn't remember this.
I guess for me, our parents, like, they had poor finances.
Yeah.
So I think if they got their finances stuff together before they had kids, that would have helped out a lot more. Because they were going from apartment to apartment when I was growing up.
Living with a lot of family.
Yeah,
Sharing it.
sharing rooms, even renting out rooms.
Yeah.
You remember the mobile home?
The one where I was at?
The mobile, yeah. Because they rented out the room and there was like some guy with a snake.
I don't remember the snake.
Oh.
I just remember, like, there was an under portion and there was, like, bats or something and a lot of spiders.
Oh, yeah,
They had a lot of weird insects.
But yeah, like if they got their finances together, I think before having kids, they would have definitely been happier because they would have been able to provide for their kids and be able to do whatever they want. Another aspect I think they should have worked on before getting married is having their family just all together and on the same page. I know on my dad's side, their family is all over the place and is a mess. They don't even talk to each other, and the only time they talk to each other is when they need something. And it reflected when my mom came and visited. They really didn't like my mom for whatever reason. And then in terms of my mom's family, like, they're all good and they have well intentions, but if you do something wrong, like, they suck you into family drama, and that's not something my dad was, into. So he didn't want to deal with family, especially family drama, that it wasn't part of his life. So I think if they got their families on the same page, I think it would have been a smoother transition for them.
Yeah. I can... It's hard to say. That's really tough to say because, like, I don't know. My mom's family, like you said, it's kind of they're really welcoming and they kind of mind their own business. If like you're rude or you come and welcome them, then they'll like be like, oh, they're good. But if you don't welcome them, they're like, oh, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, if you do one little bad thing, that thing's gonna spread so fast, and everyone's gonna know about it, and they're gonna have weird feelings towards you. On my dad's side, I do different thoughts on you.
Yeah.
They barely talk to each other, and it's only when they need something, and they're pretty by themselves, isolated and stuff. But one thing that I did notice is like they talked to each other. They had a lot of fun. They would hug. They made you feel welcomed too, but in a different sense than my mom's welcome. My mom's side of the family welcome. We would eat like food down there. They would try to talk to us as much as possible, so we feel included, not just there. We would play games together, like loteria. But my mom's family does that too. It's like bingo, Mexican bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different thought. I don't know. My dad's side is
Weird.
a little bit of a different thought. Yeah, it's weird. Their family dynamic changes a lot.
What would make them? I guess just in general, a happy relationship. What would
Yeah,
make happy?
Both of them?
No, just in general.
Just in general.
For me, like, yeah, what Brian said, like, get on the same page.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, that's what we struggled at first when we were living together. Yeah, Brian had a lot of expectations, me too, and we weren't meeting our needs.
Yeah.
But eventually we got there.
Yeah.
It took time, though.
She wanted to do something different, and I wanted to do something different, and then the pandemic hit, and it just made things worse. But after like a lot of back and forth during that summer, we got on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Let me see what else.
Actually, also with the finances, they always talk about the top 2 reasons of divorce in America is sex and money.
Yeah.
Like, they're not on the same page on sex and money, so it makes sense why
Communication.
the money aspect causes tension.
Okay, so the last question for this topic: any advice to kids who are currently going through divorced parents?
Don't pick a side, I would say.
Yeah.
Pick a side unless you know it's that parent that you can confide in and everything. But don't pick a side, because if you've never felt a connection with them at all, then yeah, of course you're going to pick a side. But if you felt a connection, even a small spark of a connection with both of them, don't pick a side. Just stay neutral. Just try to have a connection to them still later on, because once you pick a side, that connection's going to die. And my biggest thing was find something to distract yourself and do something else. I would go outside and play with a lot of friends whenever I was feeling down, or I just didn't want to deal with like family stuff in the home. I would play video games. When I got into video games and introduced to it with my brother, and he showed it to me, I got into it. I was making friends, and it was my way to zone out the whole world. And I made friends, and I was enjoying my time. And yeah, games is my way of just zoning out the whole world and just being in a whole new world where I don't have to worry about it, just momentarily even. So find something.
I guess for me, depending on what age you are, don't let what happens to them affect your life, because at the end of the day, both of them want you to be better than your parents. Both your parents want them. Both of them want them, or both of them want you to be better than they were, and ultimately it's up to you, not to them. So if you're in college, don't let that affect your college life. If you're in high school, don't let that affect your high school life. Don't let it affect where you want to be and where you're going, because at the end of the day, it's your life, not theirs. And whatever is happening around that is just outside noise. So just think of this divorce as outside noise and don't let it affect your life. Now, in terms of if it does start bothering you, definitely try to seek counseling with friends or other family members, and try to distract yourself, not too much, but more like invest more time in your hobbies than usual until it's all finalized, because I know there's going to be a lot of emotions involved in the whole process. So if you like playing video games, do that. If you like drawing, do that. Just get into your hobbies more than usual and keep your mind out of all this negativity that doesn't even involve you. It's just your parents working it out at the end of the day.
Even bring a friend, because it'll help forgetting it. Because if you're by yourself and you're not really having someone to interact with, you're still thinking a lot of the time, and when you think on the biggest thing that's happening. So try to have a friend to help you get your mind off of it. Talk about other things.
As for me, like, my parents never had a divorce, but there are so many times they almost did. I guess for me,
it's illegal too, right, in the Philippines?
Yeah, there's no such thing as divorce in the Philippines. It's either emancipation or stick it out.
Yeah.
Or legal separation, but technically their assets are still
The same.
joint. And yeah, for me, I've always just not put myself into it. Like, it's not about me, it's about them. So it's like, don't get into the drama, just like what these guys are saying. At the same time, find some sort of therapy. When I was a kid, I loved theater so much. And to me, like, having those friends, and the thing about theater, or when I was growing up in theater, is that a lot of the kids have the same problems with me. So, you know, even though theater may not exactly be that therapy group that you wanted, at least you find people who have the same reason why they're there, and you guys can talk it out. Talk about life together. Same age, same way of thinking, work things out together. And also distract yourself and just live a little. Live life.
Yes. Me and Bryan we're both nodding along.
Yeah. Well, after this topic, let's just go right into some random questions that I just put together.
I actually have a question for Junior.
Yeah, go for it.
No?
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think about us, like, dating? Because you knew we were friends before, but, like, us actually dating.
Well, I mean,
besides the awkward encounter of me sleeping on his bed.
I don't know. I mean, this would go for a lot of things. When your brother is dating someone, you're like, wow, there's someone new. Like, they're here, new personality, get to know them, you know. Your brother's happy, and see it through, right? But then you're always going to have two sides of thinking. You're always going to be thinking, will these people stick around, or are they just here momentarily? What's happening, right? That's what you tend to think. And, like, regardless of what happens, if they want to interact with you or not, then so be it, you know. The main thing was, for me, like, if you said hey, I would say hey. Okay. If you would want to interact with me or joke around with me, I will joke around and talk with you also. Like, I don't mind, and I'm not going to, like, butt into your relationship or anything. That's you guys' stuff. If you guys are happy, you guys are happy. And if you guys are unhappy, then you guys are unhappy, but I'm not butting in. That is, like, stuff for you guys to solve. So I didn't mind you. Okay. It's just, like, it's someone new, and they're, like, around. And I'm just like, don't be weird. Don't do some weird stuff and say weird stuff while I'm on the computer with friends or anything.
Oh, too late.
Damn. But, yeah, I don't mind. Okay. I didn't think much.
Now the question is, do you think we'll last? Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know. I mean, you guys got through a tough time.
Yeah, the pandemic.
So that shows a lot. I haven't seen you guys interact in a relationship, so who am I to really say, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to say, but as of right now, it looks good. It looks like you guys are interacting fine. You guys know each other.
We're having a baby. No, just kidding. I just wanted to stop you.
I can tell.
No. Oh,
I can. No. Not you. No, not you. I'm saying I can tell that. I can tell he's joking. Okay, there. That's clear. Okay, I can tell he's joking. He's not gonna bring that up randomly.
You know what's weird? I don't know how much I can pull off jokes with you guys, to be clear. Because I can say the stupidest things in front of Bryan.
She says weirder stuff than I do, believe it or not. To the point where I'm like, that's disgusting. It gets worse too sometimes.
Oh god.
So that's why she's asking like what kind of jokes she could say.
Like I randomly pull off the pregnant joke. As you...
I don't know about that one. Because you gotta lead into it, you know?
Yeah, no, she never leads into it. She doesn't like giving context at all. She just says something and you're like,
oh,
what?
I have a headache. Bryan, I'm pregnant.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay.
No. Sometimes she'll be like, Bryan, I'm pregnant. I'm like, what?
Okay, yeah, that's no. You can't just say something like that out of nowhere. You gotta lead into the jokes, you know? Like off with their head, and then you're gonna be like, you know, what's up? I'm a Allison, you know, Wonderland, or I don't know. You lead it in some way or some sort. You have to have some reference, so you don't just come off like, who is this one?
That's why I don't tell jokes in this house.
Okay, so let's move on because I'm gonna bully you a little bit.
Okay.
So these are some random questions I got for you. First one is why are you always at your computer? You never leave.
That's messed up. As we were talking about the pandemic.
Yeah. But no, but even before that, man.
Cause the computer
computer is life. PC is life.
Because like I said before, when I got introduced to the computer, and I would feel uncomfortable or just I want to zone out the world, I would play games. And I would be with friends.
Yeah, but you're always at the computer.
Yeah, I would always be. I'd enjoy my time there. It'd be a way for me to zone out. If I'm not on my computer, well, I'm just playing the game by myself. There's not really much or anyone in this house that I can just interact with or say anything. It's that or I go outside. There's not much else of an option for me because I always want to do something.
Honestly, I don't really care. But you tend to be there a lot, so I was just curious.
Okay, whatever.
And then...
My only concern is that, like, once in a while, early in the morning, my hair is messy. Then I see that that Twitch is live, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Twitch? No, it doesn't
It's Discord.
Oh, Discord.
Oh, it's Discord.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn it.
I don't think they'll care, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think they'll care, but I'm like, huh.
Yeah, you're okay.
All right, so since you're a 20-year-old, a hot... banging, streaky, over the top, ready to mingle, single as fingal,
get to the point.
Male, a male with a
Go.
What's trending with your friends? Like, what's poppin'? What's popular?
So I don't like trends.
What's the latest fad?
I don't like trends, but one of my friends, they like to do the whole Yerrrr. I don't know what Yerrrr is.
Do you guys do the sheesh?
They do the sheesh. I don't do the sheesh. I'm not a fan of the sheesh. When I went to go visit my high school,
do you do the damn that's lit or damn that's it bops?
No, I don't do that. I go old. I'm an old school kind of sayer kind of guy where I say like oh snapple or oh snap or oh darn oh dang. Or weird stuff. I don't.
Wait, so what's the latest one?
The latest one?
Yeah, it's oh Yerrrr.
No, they're. It's a form of excitement, like
Yerrrr, like that.
Kind of like you know how whenever people are like the sheesh thing, right? They're pointing at their thing. They're like or whatever. They're pointing at it into like a form of excitement or like hey, I'm feeling good or something. Like I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. But you know how. In Spanish, you probably heard of it, like órale, right? It's like a form of excitement, right?
Yeah.
It's their form of excitement. They're like, oh, Yerrrr. I'm like, I'm not into it. It's not my thing.
So is that how you say it? Oh, Yerrrr.
Yeah, you gotta go, Yerrrr. Kind of like, Yerrrr.
Oh, Yerrrr.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not a fan of it.
You know what's weird? We're so old now that we have to Urban Dictionary what the hell's going on social media.
I know what it means. I just rather not hear it sometimes.
What is yeet?
What is yeet? And skeet.
What is sheesh?
Oh, sheesh? Yeah, sheesh is a good one. Sheesh is a good... Yeah.
Is that all that's trending with your friends? Before I move on.
I can't think of any right now. I can't think of anything else that's trending.
Other than TikTok stuff, right?
TikTok stuff sort of trends, but TikTok didn't stick with my friend group.
Okay.
So,
Are you guys on TikTok or Instagram Reels?
Some of them are.
We're on Instagram Reels. And Chandra's actually on TikTok. So follow her on her TikTok, Shandra Forte. and her Instagram, Shandra Forte.
OnlyFans/Salami and...
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
So anything...
What?
Do your friends have TikTok?
I think they do. They just check it out. I don't think they post it. There was one friend that posted I smell pennies, if you know that one. No? Okay. Well, it's where like they have a penny. They're like, oh look, a penny, and then you hear some creature noise or voice.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like I smell pennies, and then he has like a hoodie or whatever over him.
Yeah.
And he starts running. And it's like cuts out.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing he recreated, and that's all.
Oh, this is a good topic. Let's talk about our complexes.
Okay.
So apparently you have a god complex.
Yes, I am a blood type O.
And
For God.
And I have a king complex, right? Because I have royal blood.
Wrong.
No, not wrong. It's proven through 23andMe.
He's a hostage.
No. My ancestor had 9 hostages, and basically St. Patrick was his bitch.
The dude in green?
Yeah, the leprechaun dude for St. Patrick's Day.
Green's my favorite color.
Well, not anymore, bitch.
Stop.
So we had like a little I'll bring it up, but we had like a little tangent of like our god. So I'll read it out. Our little god versus king complex, and it was actually very entertaining. It lasted like what 5 minutes on Facebook,
something like that.
and I'm like, oh okay. While I do this, I guess God talk for a different topic.
How do you feel about Bryan going to LA?
I don't mind. Like,
Really?
I mean, when he first moved, it was gonna be different because sometimes he supports me, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he does kind acts for me, sometimes he doesn't. It depends on how lazy or not he is or motivated. So, I was gonna miss that aspect and him supporting my mom and all, but
You know, on the first day we got together, I was like, you're not moving to LA with me. You're not moving to LA with me.
you don't know my brother. He's quick on things. He likes to jump on the
Yeah.
gun, just like we talked about with my mom.
He asked us to be official after the first date, and I'm like, commitment!
We don't know about that. Like, I learned about this like in junior year that dates don't mean that you're together. I thought that
Bryan,
I learned this like through a post.
why didn't you learn?
I thought like whenever people would say like, oh, they're dating, that means they're boyfriend and girlfriend. I thought that's what that meant. Like, oh, they've gone on dates, they're a thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. Like, I thought like, hey, would you like to go out with me? It's a form of way like, let's hang out and we're gonna be a thing.
All right. So I
Wait.
have brought what?
But long story short, I didn't want him to move in with me, mostly because I know you guys need him a lot, and I didn't want to take that father figure away from you guys.
They don't care.
Never mind.
I mean,
Oh, actually,
Kind of.
they did care, but at the end of the day, they're like, oh, someone's missing. I guess I'll just do whatever I'm doing.
kind of. It's kind of like that. But I mean, for us, it's hard to talk about our emotions in this family for us. Like, we usually tend to joke around a lot. Like, with my dad. He knows it for a fact. We probably got that from my dad. It's hard for us to talk about our emotions.
Okay, can we move on?
Okay.
yes.
But yes. In short, we did miss him. Go.
Okay, so let's recreate this. I have it here,
Okay.
and let's just say what we typed to each other.
God, that's me.
I am king. Royal blood courses through my veins.
Delusion.
Debatable. Irish royalty.
You are a hostage.
Could a hostage do that? And it's a rolling panda. I think not, sir.
A hostage in a zoo, indeed.
Still royalty though. Peasant, fetch me my crown. Hashtag stop talking, peasant.
Then I have a gif of, I forgot his name.
Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman, cloudy voice man, saying, I am God.
And I have a minion saying blah, 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 blah. God complex, no proof. I have evidence. I am a descendant from the king of Tara, the Ur-Nil dynasty, a long line of Vikings who come from royalty. Saint Patrick was one of 9 hostages. He was my ancestor's slave.
I am O negative. G-O-D, that's me. Ultra elite athlete, mecha gamer, creator of all things special, best anime, binge, study, grind, ultimate winner, multi-millionaire, multi-skill individual, warlord, etc. That is what makes me the pinnacle of humanity. G-O-D.
And then I have a whole bunch of gifts. I have no words.
Yeah, I would be speechless knowing my greatness as well.
And then I sent a gift. First of all, actually, I want to translate it to Spanish. No.
Yes, definitely, absolutely.
And then I have a picture of Booker T being in his royal seat. Bow down to the true royalty and descendant of God's children. Mankind cannot exist without his proper king. And then I have a minion dropping the mic.
I said, well, let me inform you, quote, king. We as mankind have beheaded power-tripping kings. And then I show a snowman getting beheaded.
And then, well, let me inform you that God has been defeated by mankind, and kings have the power to start a war against any god complex. And I have a picture of King Kong punching Godzilla.
I said, I believe you forgot this, showing the me being multimillionaire, multi-skill individual warlord.
And I'm holding all my money saying, I am so scared.
I do the anime glasses thing, and then the Zeus zap, judgment upon him.
And then I show a meme, or what's it called? A gif of
Thor.
Odin. Odin, his father. And I'm like, I am your... Oh, no. Wait.
It's Thor.
No, Odin. Because he's king. So I'm like, I am your father.
That's Thor.
That's Thor.
That's Thor.
Yeah, well, it's Thor, but he's talking about his father. If you are Thor, a god, I am your king Odin.
I said, false. That's a Zeus gif.
And even God follows the orders of a king.
God is his own orders. Kings fear the power of the church. Worshippers of I.
And I have Lion King. Oh, it's getting pretty long. But anyways, let us know who won this debate.
I think I won.
We could have kept on going.
While they were doing that, I was just trying to fall asleep in my bed.
I don't even remember why we got into it, to be honest.
I don't know.
You asked him you asked him a question or something.
I asked you some random question, and you're like, I'm God.
I am.
And I'm like, sir, I have proof. I am king.
Well,
And Bryan was, Shandra, look, what should I say? What should I say? And I'm like, mm-hmm.
I didn't even fret. I already knew what I had to do.
She didn't care, and I just kept texting.
I knew what I had to do.
Well, I just wanted to let you guys know we have a complex battle going on. So it's basically like a Godzilla versus King Kong, except King Kong wins at the end.
Wrong.
Then I got another one. Since we went through this whole rant, should probably finish up. What anime and video games should people check out? Because I know, like, in your friend group, you guys watch a lot of anime and you guys play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
And like in your age group, like university, it tends to be like the audience for those mediums.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend to like other college students?
For video games and
Anime.
Anime?
Yeah.
So, an anime out right now that a lot of my friends and college, I don't know what you would call them, associates, colleagues, thanks.
Associates.
What they tend to talk about is this like romance sort of anime called Horimiya. A lot of them like to talk about it, even in the whole gaming club Discord. They like to talk about Horimiya. Some people are talking about the Boku no Hero. Some are talking about how bad Promised Neverland is. Don't give it a try.
The camera's right there. I'm just letting you know. Sorry.
I know, but I don't know. I like to get close. Okay, so those are my recommendations. Probably start Horimiya, Boku no Hero because the 5th season's out, and something I personally enjoyed, like just talking with friends because some of them wanted recommendations, and I looked through and asked them what their genres were. I gave Plastic Memories as a recommendation, Yamada-kun, and I think Gaku and Babysitter because it's just too cute. It's like little chubby babies just having fun. It's wholesome. Now games. I don't play much games, but my recommendation when I do like look at games and buy games is probably get Phasmophobia. It's an interesting game. You won't really regret it. They update it and you get to play with games. It's a spooky aspect. If you don't like that, play Pummel Party. That's also good. And get the Jackbox games. Jackbox games will never do you wrong. You will have fun with big group of friends. So
Do you have recommendations for me?
For you?
Because you guys are like, hello, Webull. I'm just like, oh, this is a good...
I don't care. Okay. It's hard to say.
Like, I'm like the classic Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer.
Let me hear what
One Punch Man.
Let me tell you what I heard about you. You're a special case because Bryan had told me you're never satisfied with the show. You either think it's too boring or you talk over it and you're like it doesn't make sense. So let me ask you, what genre do you like?
I like fantasy.
Fantasy?
That's why I like Pokemon, Full Metal Alchemist, One Punch Man.
She got into Attack on Titan, Made in Abyss.
Because
Made in
it's
Abyss.
fantasy.
I like Made in Abyss.
Made in Abyss was really
I like
good.
It.
Dang.
Avatar, even though it's not anime.
I think 7 Deadly Sins. You might like that.
I got bored.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's all of the fondling of the boobs that I'm like, I've seen it before.
Okay, I guess. Another fantasy. Grimgar. I think Grimgar's pretty good.
It's kind of the same thing though. Finally,
It's like sort of. Is it Grimgar No Ash? The one where they're trapped in the game, kind of, but they die. It's like Sword Art Online, but they say it's the better version. But it was really short.
I'm trying. I still watch Sword Art Online.
Okay, well, that is one.
I check up on Pokemon every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah, once in a while. Just YouTube.
Oh, by the way, we should watch the Pokemon YouTube series, Pokemon Origins. We haven't watched it yet.
Do you like? How big are you on fantasy? Do you like it when it goes back to the roots of like where they believe in God and worship them?
She likes the world building kind of.
Yeah,
fantasy.
the world building.
I think you might like Princess Mononoke as a movie. I watched that
Oh
recently.
yeah, I already watched it.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I can't remember any right now.
Have you guys seen Princess Kaguya? It was cute. I
Princess?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Princess Kaguya, right?
Yeah.
Cute.
Not Love is War?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
It's the, what do you call that Studio Ghibli film? The paint stroke style.
No, I don't know it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. It was in the library.
It was nominated for an Academy.
I don't know.
But I guess, do you have any recommendations if there's like for people watching
that are
listening?
not into it as much? Oh, Tokyo Ghoul. She might like Tokyo Ghoul.
I think
she might like Tokyo Ghoul.
She might like Tokyo Ghoul. That's
I think the best starter would be Myth of the Abyss because it's like cute
Made.
but still
Made in Abyss.
Made in Abyss. Because it's like it's cute and it's kind of cartoony yet anime. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not too Japanese anime.
Yeah.
If you like shonen, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Boruto, Made in Abyss, Boku no Hero, so
Hunter.
Hunter X
Boku no
Hunter.
Hero.
What's the latest one? Doctor Stone is a good one too.
That's a shonen? I guess so, yeah. That's a good one.
If you have anxiety, watch Yuri on Ice. I loved it.
I don't know, like that.
I liked it. I don't know what you guys think,
If
but
you
I liked it.
if you have anxiety, watch Kuroko no Basketball.
And Yuri on Ice.
Run with the Wind.
Okay, I guess
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
that's my favorite anime.
Okay.
I know people get mad whenever Someone says that.
Cory in the House?
Oh my god,
That's a good
dude.
anime.
Dude, that's like the sequel to That's So Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
It's the best one so far.
It's a goat anime.
I guess the last topic question. Any advice for me and Shandra? Because we're getting that COVID-19 pounds and we need some exercise and diet tips from you. Because you have an extensive history with exercising and dieting and learning the biological aspects of all that.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for us?
Well, it depends. How active do you want to be? And what are you focusing on?
I guess for both of us, we're very busy, so 2 to 3 times a week.
3 times a week? Okay, so this is what I've learned. Cardio is good if you want to lose those pounds, but don't make it your first thing. Make that the end of your workout. If you're gonna be doing weights or whatever, push-ups, calisthenics, whatever your thing is, do the cardio at the end, because you're gonna do the cardio and then you're not gonna pump as much or give as much force as you would with the weights if you were fresh. So get that and get all you need from the pushing the weights and all, and then do your cardio. Cardio helps burning all the fat. Diet well. I think eggs is a good way to just like eat well for breakfast and
Egg
stuff.
whites, right?
Egg whites, yeah, but I always eat the yolk. I like scrambled. It's easier for me. Always get your vitamins in. I hear that drinking a lot of water and getting a lot of protein into your system, because it takes a lot to process protein and you get full on protein a lot quicker. So if you can get a lot more protein in there, that's good, but always mix it in with like fruits, veggies, or make your plate colorful. That's what they say. And you know how like you kind of do your bed, like you do nightly routines like brushing teeth, shower, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Try to get into this routine and make it a little bit of a goal, like to do this every night. Whether it's 1 minute of plank, because I hear that it'll make your stomach flatter. If you do it 1 minute a day, it's only 1 minute out of your day. It's not that bad, right? It'll make your stomach flatter and it's good for you long term. Doing 10 push-ups, 20 push-ups, 30, however many you want. Doing some dips, same thing, like 10 squats, same thing. It'll start to get into your system. And whether you see results or not, you'll feel a little bit healthier, more jumpy, not as groggy, like dragging yourself. And your joints will be a lot more thankful on that. So, yeah.
Okay, that's very good advice.
Yeah, like it's good for beginners too. Just that end of the day, like 10 push-ups or something.
Okay. Before we end, is there anything you want to promote?
I'm not big on social media, so
But you have some, right?
I have some
or
social media.
Maybe shout out your gamer tag
My gamer tag. That's
or your
interesting.
YouTube channel. I don't know, whatever you got.
Your Discord, I don't
Your
know.
Discord. I don't
So
know.
I might post a video on my YouTube of compilations of me and my game, like highlights, but maybe I don't know what channel or anything I'm gonna post it on, so I won't mention that. But Twitch, if you like League of Legends, which is I'm trying to grind to diamond, getting to that, and it's like top 5, 4, 3% of rank that players can get. Like it's hard to get into that rank. I'm grinding. I'm on like day 11 or something towards it. So if you want to join, twitch.tv/LilKindGuy. That's me. And that's mainly my like username for a lot of things. If you want to add me on Discord, Lil Thankful Guy, and just let me know like you came from this. And yeah.
What you want to shout out your club too from SJSU?
Spartan Gaming. That is where I am an officer for San Jose State University. And if you want to get into contact with the esports club for gaming, well, talk to SJSU Esports or talk to one of us and we can get you in contact.
Okay, so that's going to be it for today's episode. This is going to be by far our longest episode. And we very honored to have a first guest,
Yes.
Junior Julio Cesar Santillan Gonzalez, aka my little brother,
Yes.
or aka LilKindGuy.
That's me.
Wait, before we finally go, do you have any question from you for us? Because all of them came from your friends, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess, but this one would be a long question. So let me try to make it a smaller so you can answer it in teensy
Hurry it
bitsy. Yeah. What did you look forward to when you went to LA? What was the big thing that you couldn't do?
I was looking forward to being in a set in Warner Bros. Like, I wanted to see what the hype was about and being a part of the whole chaotic process of seeing everyone moving and seeing how it all gets built in just a few days. But it didn't happen.
As for me, I just came there for training. Like, I've always been in theater. I've always wanted to learn how to train because I training in the Philippines kind of sucks. And yeah, I just wanted to get better at it. I know I won't be famous, but it's what I like. It's my gaming.
I will be honest. I will be honest. I was hoping to get like more famous and get more friends, but that didn't happen either.
But I think your brother grew a lot from LA.
I think he did too. He came out of the nest and he grew up.
As a man.
Well,
As a dodo.
as a
Ew.
man-child.
I choked on my spit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So is that all your questions?
That was my only question. I want to keep it short.
Okay. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you're listening this on whatever podcast platform you are, give us a follow or subscribe. You could also check out our anchor.fm/Salami&Vino. We have all the podcast platforms there: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Icebreaker, and Apple Podcasts. You could also check us out on YouTube. There we post our videos. It's Salami&Vino, and we also post a little bit of vlogs there. So if you could also give us a subscribe and like on the video, that would also be helpful. In the description, we'll most likely link to LilKindGuy, my little brother's Twitch, and we'll also maybe his SJSU club if he wants to. And we'll also have other links there for if you want to get 2 free stocks in Webull, one free stock with Robinhood, and maybe some cryptocurrencies. All the links are below. You could also check out the equipment that we use down in the comment section below or description.
Yeah, that's it, guys. See you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.